All right, ladies, buckle up. It's showtime.
You gave me your loving, and I fell from grace.
And boom, boom, and boom. I'm buckled up, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are too. Copperhead Road Podcast live on Rumble, live on YouTube, live all over the world, quite frankly, except for Uganda. We're taking a stance here. It's a hill that we're going to die on. We're not going to be in Uganda. Not for why you think, for other reasons. And Rex will come right in and tell you. That's my man, Rex. I'm your boy, Footer. We got Jen behind the glass. Rex, why are we not doing Uganda? Why have we banned them? Tell the folks.
Well, it's actually not only Uganda. I believe it's a little bit of the UK. It's a little bit of Brazil. They don't like the Rumble there. They do not like it, and we're going to go ahead and back them. Unfortunately, because we are on YouTube as well, we may get a little push there. The Uganda voice is being heard through YouTube, but on Rumble, that's a no Uganda, like our bumper stickers say.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. No, Uganda is what we have.
Yeah.
We have shirts that says that. No, Uganda. All right. I'm sick and tired of it. I'm not going to have it. I won't.
Do you take the ashwagandha? That's something I think that the kids are taking nowadays.
Yeah, it could be. Why can't I like to find us when we're live on social platform. I hate when I can't find this. It gets me very sad.
It's
I
not
want
my
to be the
problem.
first thing that pops up. Oh, boom! I popped up. Good night, everybody. I'm gonna watch us.
I got Alice.
Whoa, your ass! What are you, crazy?
Whoa! Please don't mention you popping up Cialis and my ass in the same sentence. I beg of you.
Oh, you know what? That's fair. I wasn't picking up on that. But either way, your ass. What are you, crazy? Yeah. But yeah.
So obviously, I was going to say, obviously the big deal right now is the Tyler Robinson trial.
What?
How much have you consumed of it so far?
I jumped in here or there. Now, look, I'm not saying we're going to be breaking ground here today, folks, but I got to tell you something. I'm going to try not to do what I get mad at everybody else doing. I'll probably fail because of my ego, and I want to hear myself talk. But with that being said, I've been chiming into different people's streams that I like, you know what I mean, and listening to them, but they interrupt too much. So then I went to like Court TV, so I got the live feed straight. So again, following it, but not enough where I didn't have to do a little homework, you know what I mean, to kind of pick up on the highlights. Are we jumping right into this, or are you going to tell me how your day was? I don't know. I'm just making sure.
I think we should probably jump right in because nobody really wants to listen to us. So I'd rather listen to that. But I will say, early in the trial today, there was an interesting. Why, you think people care about you? Is that what you're saying?
Well, he referenced points of it and specific.
They had an interesting layout of a lot of the video evidence that's coming in.
You're an interesting layout.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But they showed the timeline video, and they have time marks of Tyler Robinson entering UVU parking garage, leaving the parking garage, going to a wooded area, coming back with a backpack, going to his car, changing clothes, putting pants on, and then walking with a limp, bringing up your Cialis point again, walking up the stairs, seeing him roll over the guardrail on top of the Losey Center, laying prone on the ground or on top of the Losey Center roof, him getting up milliseconds after the shot that we know killed Charlie Kirk is fired, leaving the Losey Center, jumping off the roof, and then going back to the wood. Like it's
so
the
there's
video
no shot. There's no shot that it could be him.
Fairly damning.
Oh, I see. I was looking at it the other way.
Oh
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
very
I,
surprising.
the defense is bringing up a lot of well, it's an open carry state, and there were other people in the crowd that also had guns, and a lot of weak sauce. But as far as what Tyler was doing, it's hard to refute.
Yeah, and the one thing that did annoy me a little bit, that kind of was getting me distracted, besides for, like I said, the commentary, was also the fact that every single thing, it would be like, okay, we're going to show Exhibit A, and it was like, yeah, Your Honor, excuse me, yes, Mrs. Frost, and actually, this is what even annoying me more. Yes, Your Honor. The fucking woman, the defense lady, holy shit!
Yes.
Like tea with some fucking honey before you step up to the fucking mic. Like, oh my
or
God.
not be there at all because you're a woman, and why are you a lawyer?
Whoa, no need for that, buddy. No need for that. You're right, but no need for that. Listen to me. Again, make sure you have a clear throat, number one. Okay. And number two is, how about you let something happen? We understood everything was, 10-0cc, orange, or 10W22, dash X, states that you can't show this, and then we're worried about the media. And it was the same objection for every exhibit. He was making them admissible, you know what I'm saying, based on listening to both. But yet we had to go through all the horse shit. And that was annoying to me.
Yeah. All right, so why don't we turn up the volume, and we're just gonna kind of watch it, and Footer, if you need us to mute it to say something, you just what's that?
Was I breaking up? Was I breaking up the whole time I was talking?
One
very
narrow piece of
but my
religious
guess that's
doctrine,
not through the
and that involves Mr. Englehart's interpretation of what that means.
Not what's going out.
I mean, Mr. Engelhart at the top of page 2 is basically telling this court what he thinks Chapter 19 means. How could that possibly be admissible in this proceeding? And how could it possibly be admissible for the purpose of this court concluding what Mr. Kirk thought Chapter 19 of Matthew means?
I hate how this guy walked into a salon and said, "Give me the Thomas Massey."
So it's not relevant. It's improper opinion evidence. It's definitely overbroad in terms of the evidence that the state is proffering to prove a very narrow point.
The only thing,
and it actually doesn't get to that point,
am I right?
Which is, what was Mr. Robinson's state of mind? It also doesn't say anything that Mr. Kirk specifically said on September 10th that Mr. Robinson may or may not have heard, or anything that Mr. Kirk said before September 10th specifically that Mr. Robinson may or may not have heard. Nor has the state presented any evidence. And as an officer of the court, I would say I don't think the state can present any evidence that Mr. Robinson specifically heard Mr. Kirk say a specific thing at a specific time. There are some statements which I think that the state will say are admissions by Mr. Robinson, which reference Mr. Kirk, which we will get to later. But none of those reference specific statements by Mr. Robinson about specific statements by Mr. Kirk on any specific issue that would even make a piece of this relevant. So I'm pretty sure that I've reached that point where anything more I say, I'm going to be repeating myself. And so I'm just going to stop.
Like you did with
unless
specific?
Has questions.
I don't. Thank you. Well, I do have a question as it relates to political expressions. Does religion or gender intersect with political expressions?
I think that's a great question, but probably not a question to be answered by me in this proceeding. That's actually a really, really complicated question that the state wants the court to say is a simple yes.
All right.
Because I don't want to be the expert. I mean, the court's basically asking me to testify. I'm not trying to be flippant. The court is asking me to testify about where religion and politics intersect. And that's a fascinating question. The question here is whether this document, the way it's presented, the way it was written, is admissible.
Sounds like he's debating the Bible.
Under relevance and expert 701, 702 rules of evidence to prove what Mr. McBride says the state, what he acknowledges the state has to prove, which is that Mr. Robinson had a state of mind which was, let's just say, hostile to Mr. Kirk's political expression.
They're trying to speak to motive, I guess.
And I don't think that this court should be deciding, based on the record before it, where, if at all, politics and religion intersect. That's. I mean, if we want to,
I hope the judge says, what does this have to do with anything?
Then the court also needs to resolve the question of which religious philosophy are we talking about?
Well, Mr. Novak, I bring that up because you mentioned it and you said you cited directly to the enhancement. You said political expression, and then you went to the Bible itself. And so it appeared to the court that you put it into play. So I just wanted to get a little bit of guidance from your position. And so that's the reason for the question.
No, I totally appreciate the question. I'm not suggesting, Your Honor, that there's a problem with the question. Any question that the court asks is a question that counsel should take seriously. The legislature separates in the statute religion and political expression. The state selected the victim targeting enhancement based on political expression only. Now the state wants to I didn't bring Matthew in. The state is bringing Matthew in through Mr. Engelhardt. Sure. I didn't bring the Bible to this courtroom. The state brought it.
This judge seems very, very
because the state is turning this into a question,
like accommodating. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And I think that'll play
Mr. Robinson's
the prosecution, especially
views.
Yeah, I think so too.
Life are anti-Christian, and that's a huge problem. And the state has created that problem. And this hearing is being broadcast to the entire jury pool. And that's what Mr. McBride just did, is he turned this case into whether Mr. Robinson's life is inconsistent with what Mr. Engelhardt calls Orthodox Christian views. I'm going to just stop right here.
I don't even know how they got there. I'm sure that's good.
I think we
missed probably, but
thank you. All right, anything further before the court makes its ruling? I appreciate the in-depth argument and the passion behind the argument. You are advocating for your clients, and I respect that.
Yeah, Your Honor, I just say it provides context for the defendant's state of mind. That's all.
All right, in making this determination whether it's admissible or not, I'm going to start at the beginning, which is this. This is a preliminary hearing. The purpose is to determine whether the state has established probable Mr. Robinson committed it. As it relates to this case, as I turn to relevance, I turn to the information as previously stated. And is this relevant? What is before me? And without indicating my decision on probable cause, because I am not at that point, I'm withholding all decision making until all evidence is properly before me. And so in this ruling, it is not indicating either direction that the court is heading. However, the court finds that it is relevant as it relates to the victim targeting enhancement, as it relates to Charlie Kirk's political expression. And the court recognizes the argument made by defense in regards to state of mind. And it is because of both arguments that the court finds that the court is ruling that it is provisionally admitted into evidence. And at such point, when it becomes relevant, based off what Mr. Novak has talked about Mr. Robinson's state of mind about Mr. Kirk's political beliefs, then at that point, whether it is admitted or not into evidence will be decided upon. So as of right now, it is provisionally admitted. Because of that stance, it will not be published to the courtroom or media, but both parties can weigh in on that when this is brought up again, and the request for it to be fully admitted is made by either party. Then the court.
He just okayed what I said I hated about yesterday, pretty much.
Time to those in the courtroom. And to
they can continuously just bring up issues about each and everything.
Well,
when it comes to
lunch, because it is now 12:40.
And they go to lunch.
Seems like a natural place to stop. I believe everyone looks like they need a lunch break. So let's go ahead and break for lunch. Let's come back at 1:15. Well, I need to give you a full lunch here. I need to do my lawyer math and see what that would bring us to. So it's 12:40. Let's come back at 1:45 for lunch. All right. Any
good hour, 5
benefit
minutes.
of the record before we break for lunch?
Anyway,
answer your try. I was just gonna say, by the way, everybody, try the veal. Tip your waitresses. I'll see you later. Have a good night. Really? He's like, yeah, I'll give you like 140, 140. You know what? Let me do some math. Hour 5 minutes. Random. An hour 5 minutes for lunch.
Yeah, you can just take that off for now. We'll come back to it. And answer your question, Hank Hill. It depends on what you mean by worked alone.
I'm so happy you said that, because that was my exact thing I was going to clarify. So
yeah, I as far as Mossad and Erica Kirk and bees and Egyptian plane, no, I don't believe any of that's true. As far as his inner circle, the people,
Discord servers, things of that nature,
then yeah, I would say that they probably all knew about it, and in that aspect,
same page.
I would say they would probably work together on that. So,
couple of fucking co-hosts right on the same page. Exactly my take. As soon as I saw it.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw it.
I'm just wondering, can you open up the file icon there? And I was going to maybe I can bring up that short. No, in the bottom tool box there. And then go to desktop, see if I saved the Tyler file there. Scroll down. I don't think I actually saved anything. Yeah. Let's we'll bring up the short that I made. I haven't put it out on anything yet.
Okay, what are we seeing here?
But it does sort of show the timeline of Tyler showing up, what he was doing, and exactly when he was there. So this was actually before we got on air or whatever, but it was earlier this morning, and I think it's very interesting because it does really show it would be in the window there. You know what I mean there, kid?
And Hank Hill said, I think it's difficult to make decisions about what happened before we see the evidence, but I think it was an inside job. Again, what would be give me the inside? Are we talking TP at USA, Erica Kirk? Again, I can't believe that. I mean, again, it would make for a good novel. Sure.
Yeah.
Maybe a mini series on Netflix, maybe. But I think that. Good.
I was gonna say I haven't seen any evidence of it. That's the issue. If you have some sort of evidence that points to it being an inside job, I would entertain it. But until then, I don't see it. Now, again, I've said very many times that if you can route the whole thing through Tyler Robinson actually being the shooter, and then saying that his motivation or his motive or whatever, had some sort of outside influence, I can entertain it. But again, I haven't seen any evidence of that. So
that I'm fair. I'm on the same page with that as well. I can definitely go with anything like that. I I was talking to somebody today about it, and he just spurts out, yeah, I don't know, I don't think it was him, he said, and I just go, oh, I'm like, oh, okay, well, who do you think it is? Oh, I don't know, but it just can't be. I just went, oh, okay, but you know what I mean? It's like,
Right.
I'm not going to engage. If you're going to make a claim like that, I'm all in. Like, it excited me. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, oh, cool. Let me hear this guy's take. And there wasn't any. It was just, it's just vibes.
All right, so we'll answer Hank's question here, but I think that this kind of puts a point on what I was talking about, where Tyler was during the whole day. So. Click hide, and then
Okay, what are we seeing here, Agent Hall?
That's the vehicle that is believed to belong to Mr. Robinson arriving in the parking garage on campus.
At what time in the morning? What time of the day?
It's approximately 8:30 in the morning on September 10th, 2025.
And why? Well, let me ask you this. You believe this is Mr. Robinson returning to campus?
I do, yes.
Okay. And why do you believe it's Mr. Robinson?
The shoes are the same, and the images that we have are from my viewing and seeing Mr. Robinson on the video, it's the same person.
He's noticeably wearing different clothing.
He is wearing different clothing, and he also is walking with a gait or a limp in this video.
With a gait or what?
A limp.
Okay.
What do you say first? A gape or gate?
Gait, like an odd walk.
Now, what do we see?
This is Mr. Robinson coming up the stairs of the parking structure. Again, he seems to be having issues walking.
And again, the insinuation is that he has part of the gun in his pants.
I mean, he clearly is walking fucked up. I mean,
Bender, what did we just see?
The individual actually kind of rolls over the railing onto the roof of the Losi building.
All right. Go ahead, sir.
And again, in the top left corner, the individual is now seen running across the rooftop, crouching down and then crawling to the corner of the building.
And this is at what time?
Around 12:23. I think the timestamp on the video is 12:22.
On the 10th.
On September 10th, yes,
So
2025.
we're clear. This is the roof of the Losi building.
Correct.
Can you still see that individual?
Yeah, that's
yes, you
him in the
can.
prone position on top of the roof. Again, they will have better video of it. There was enhancements of the video that
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm very, very lost right now.
This to be Mr.
From what I'm
Robinson.
looking at.
I'm sorry.
You believe this to be Mr. Robinson?
I do, yes.
Yeah, again,
And
I had to
how
zoom
long is
in
he
on
up
an
there
angle
on the edge
shot
of
or
the
whatever, but this is on top of the Losi Center. That little dark
just
spot in the
until
middle is him laying flat on the
the
ground.
reported shot was fired at 12:23 and 28,
Are we looking at from the back of him?
and moves across
Yes.
the building to the north.
Okay.
Is that what we're seeing happening right now?
It is, yes. And they move behind.
And then, later on, we've played the video. You see him running across the Losi Center and dropping off that corner with carrying something that most people think is a gun. So Hank said, I am saying it was his own party that betrayed him. I don't know who killed him. I don't have any evidence for that and anything but what I'm saying is that it was people that he was supporting that turned on him. And yeah, I don't have a whole lot of evidence, but there's a lot of people out there doing research. Well, that's kind of the how do we know this is Tyler? Well, again, it's go ahead.
Well, we don't know, but again, that's what we're trying to put together. I mean, and you have to say to yourself, at this point, what we're trying to do is we're trying to just get the probable cause settled, and so let's keep that cap on for a minute, and it'll save us both some grief either side. So remember, all we need to do is have enough probable cause to believe that this may be him. Again, if you're showing that video out of context with nothing else, I think that Tyler Robinson's a free man. fortunately or unfortunately, depending on what you'd like to see happen, there's a lot of other things that are lining up to, at the least, put him at the scene. It's clearly, you know what? Let me rephrase that. I am pretty confident that him limping like that it's him limping up the stairs, which would give me enough probability to think maybe, we're talking about a long gun. Okay, boom. It's consistent with somebody if you did have a long gun stuck down your pants. Again, did he shoot him? Is he guilty? Say again.
We would assume that part of the long gun is in his pants. The other part would be in the backpack.
Right. And again, yep, you're 100% right. And what I was saying was, I'm not trying to give details here. I'm just, and I'm glad you did, but why I'm doing it is just to kind of give you this, even a brief description of a picture that you can say, oh, you know what? There's enough to move forward to the next step in this case. And that's what we need to do here at this point. We're not convicting him. We're not, but we need to keep the lens of we're just fine. Can we move forward with this case? And right now it's very clear to me that we can.
Yeah, and we can
Rex.
I'm gonna say, Hank, if you want to jump in on the call and join us in studio, we can have a conversation about it.
And I love King Hill.
Yeah, there's rarely a day goes by that either me, my wife, or Jen doesn't go, "Oh, you're Chinese or Japanese?" Like,
yeah,
that's staple in the house for sure.
Yep. Again, I love it.
But I agree, Hank. We all want justice for Charlie. And if for some reason it's not Tyler Robinson, and it finds out to be somebody else, I hope whoever is involved, gets what's coming to him.
Do you want my non on air guy take? I think Tyler Robinson, without a doubt, 100% is involved. I even think that he took the shot and he killed Charlie Kirk. But I'm very open to it not being just yes, and also not thinking that it's just him. That there are more players involved, maybe even more than just a Discord chat, and maybe there is a little more to it. Again, if I had to go conspiracy guy, all right, I'd lean into maybe that. But again, I'm ruling out Israel and the Jews, meaning government-wise, because I don't think that they would allow such a sloppy job to happen.
That's true.
I don't think that he would be the patsy. You know what I mean? I think they would pick somebody. Again, I don't want to say competent, because I think if you're taking that role, you're not very competent. But my point is, I don't think that he would be the ideal person. So, and hello to you, 10-439.
Well, I mean, I think we've all sort of laid out the problems with Candace and who's that, Baron Coleman or whatever. The problem with the scenario that they I believe is when they meet a roadblock, somebody who could possibly expose the conspiracy, instead of saying, well, they're wrong because of, or this is how they got it wrong, it just becomes, oh, they're just part of the conspiracy. You know what I mean? Like you can say the coroner, the medical examiner, the surgeon, the security team or whatever. These are people that at some point could be like, well, the story that's going on right now isn't adding up.
Well, how would they know the story?
Well, whatever. You know what I mean?
No, I'm just trying to make conversation.
No, I get it. But like, we'll take the medical examiner, at his word, where he he said that Charlie Kirk died by homicide from a bullet to the neck, and that was his finding after the autopsy. Which
right. Well, who the fuck is debating that though?
Well, that again, in order for a lot of these other conspiracies to work, either the exploding microphone or other.
No, that's still a bullet to the neck.
No, the exploding microphone did not have. Again, if I watched the
and I don't think it is, by the way. You know that. I'm just, I don't think it is, obviously. Okay.
No. But if you watch the Matt Tardio video, he's talking about just not an actual projectile. It's it's a blast through a small hole that that is at the end of the cone explosion or whatever. So there's no like projectile, and we would not see that wound that we unfortunately saw, like that type of thing, right? Right. There may be a wound, but it's sort of like from a for lack of a better term, like the blast out of the back of a jet, where you just have that explosion of air combustion, rather than an actual projectile. But again, these people along the lines could have either snuffed out the conspiracy to begin with. They could have noticed an incongruency with something to go along with Candace's and Baron Coleman's conspiracy. But if they don't have anything other than the Fed slop that they like to say, then they can't. They're not wrong. They're just part of the conspiracy, and that's why it continues on. And that's why this conspiracy theory has to involve so many people, because you have to account for all of these different things that are going on. And so this person has to be involved. The security has to be involved. The people driving the truck, the security, and so there just has to be so many people involved in order for theirs to work. And that sort of goes counter to, like Footer said, that would not be the case if it was Mossad. They wouldn't need hundreds, if not thousands, of people to be involved. They would just have one or two people, and you'd never know about it.
Oh, for sure. Again, for sure. And and again, remember, if anything, to me, this just looks like and again, I think, to be honest with you, I think most major I don't say most, but a lot of major tragedies are just them getting lucky. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Just as unlucky as the shooter clipping Trump's ear. You know what I'm saying?
That's a great analogy.
I think that those type of things happen when you're trying to assassinate somebody. A lot of the times when a professional job, I think, is done, the "oh my God, was he assassinated?" is something that happens way after the fact, when it's a good job, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
I missed it, so explain it to me.
Yeah. So if you let's say it's the JFK thing, or let's say it's maybe not JFK, but whatever, just like some sort of a tragedy that happens. If it's like a clean job and it's a professional job, usually it's later on when the questions come up. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever it is on the optics wise, at the least. That's the way I put it. Like optically, usually a clean job optically there's no questions asked until way later, or if it's done sooner, it's done like inside. But by the time it makes it through the streams, you know what I'm saying, of the public, and not because, oh, well, times have changed, it gets to the public quicker. More of like something to even consider. And by the time it gets to something to be even be considered being shady, it's a lot of time has passed. Does that make sense or no?
Yeah, you know I mean, like even if you take we'll just pick the three biggest assassinations that we know of: MLK, JFK, and Abraham Lincoln. I think it's pretty obvious that MLK and Abe Lincoln were probably sole, single person, single motive kind of assassinations. And I don't think that there's a whole lot of conspiracy behind that. But then you take somebody like JFK, there are at least one or two red flags that go up just by looking on its face. The fact that he went to Russia, the fact that Jack Ruby plugged him as soon as he had an opportunity, that has mafia written all over it. Before he had a chance to talk. So at least with JFK, I can entertain a lot of the, he may have been motivated, the grassy, all those kind of things. This here again, I just, it's not that I wouldn't be open to a conspiracy. I just haven't seen any evidence of it. That's really
well. Again, it has all the makings of a phenomenal, book. You know what I mean? It really does. There's motive. There's the villain of Israel and the Jews. You know what I mean? You got the protagonist. You've got it all wrapped into this whole CK thing. The oh my God, it's even for today's times. The tranny, the lackey, the furry. You know what I'm saying? SoundCloud. It's got it all. With that being said, that doesn't give it enough validity of what it's getting right now, in my opinion.
Hang on a second. What do you mean? Yeah. Wait, it's the computer with a plug next to it. That. Is that the one we want to be on? Yeah. Oh, okay. No, that should be fine. You can check the other one to see if maybe that helps.
Give us context at least if you're gonna do it on the air.
We're trying to see maybe why it's a little bit glitchy on our end.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you can. No, it's on Wi-Fi. Yeah, click off and go to copper. I don't know why it's on. It shouldn't be on Wi-Fi.
Do you know what? While you're doing that, again, am I not being heard or no?
Is the well, it says it's direct connected. So yeah, click on that. Yeah.
Am I not being? Boy, was I not being heard at all, Rex, or what?
It's just a little glitchy on our end. Again, I'm sure it's probably going through fine.
All right, little glitchy,
again,
or
I don't know why it's coming up. But you can just
or,
shut Wi-Fi off. Maybe that's the reason that it's doing it.
Little glitchy or inaudible.
We'll see
so you don't hear
goes
me at
better.
all right now.
Go ahead and talk, Footer. Let's just see.
I've been talking the whole time.
Okay, now you sound.
I've been talking the entire time when you were going through stuff.
Yeah, but we wanted to mute you because we don't like you. So.
Oh, as long as I was muted, that's fine.
All right. 45. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm so fucking lost right now. I don't know what is on the air. Meaning what's audible, what's not.
Everything's good. We're clean as a whistle.
Yeah, and I don't care either way. By the way, I just like to know because if I have to repeat myself, again, I felt like I was kind of on fire with some of my takes, and now I feel horrible.
Well, again, it's what I hear. It's not what's going out because that everything goes into StreamYard, then goes out and it'll sound fine in the show. So you need not worry your pretty little head. I will say this though, like you've got to feel pretty comfortable watching this this trial play out with all of the bald people there. It's an incredible amount of baldness in that courtroom.
A lot of dome. There are a lot of domes for sure.
I think Andrew was calling it bald cope.
Well, terrible camera work on the first day. My goodness.
Yeah.
Were they a fucking mess?
Well, it was actually kind of cool early on because you could see the display in front of the prosecutor for like the first hour or whatever. So you could actually see even the stuff that wasn't supposed to be submitted. So until they got wise to that, but
yeah, you heard it come on. She was like, "Yeah, I'm hearing that things are. I hear that things are going to be they're live stream." Lady, oh my God, take a freaking a lozenge for crying out loud. Ricola.
Yeah, again, I had made the joke earlier about women shouldn't be lawyers, and again, I was joking. I don't need fucking emails and whatever about it.
You should
But
do it
she
anyway.
just,
Email him.
I know. I'm gonna get him anyway. But like, she's just not a very good representation of. If I was Tyler Robinson, I would feel very uncomfortable with that being my representation. And I don't know, is she a hired lawyer or is she a court appointed? Do you know?
No, she's got to be hired. They had to. Some liberal, weird conspiracy group had to at least donate money for him, something of that nature. Or the parents have maybe have money. I don't know, but I don't think it's a court appointed attorney. And no, you know what? I know it can't, because you're gonna tell me that there wouldn't be enough of these fucking ambulance chasing guys just wanting to fucking get the the what do you call that there? The publicity.
Yeah,
you know,
but
they would take the case on pro bono, as they say.
Yeah, I'm all about crashing into trees. 45 to 50% of U.S. Americans believe they got visited by aliens. 25% believe the U.S. government has ET tech. At this point, they could sell you anything. Yeah, but I'm just wondering what story you think is being sold. Do you think that the actual going narrative is being sold, or do you think that this conspiracy theory is being sold? Because, again, I can entertain either.
That's the problem. I mean, there's no legitimacy to anything. I don't want to keep repeating myself, but I'm kind of like pretty open to you giving me a little more. You can't really go with it wasn't Tyler Robinson on the roof,
right?
You know what I mean? With the 30-06, you can't give me that, because again, you can, and if it was really convincing, maybe you can sway me, but for the most part, I'm pretty dead set on that. But after that, I'm more lukewarm to I'll entertain things if it makes sense to me. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Yeah. Well, the only one that I'm pretty sure is not involved is Erica Kirk. I don't see the setup for that. I don't see any motive and things like that. And you can even kind of tell with Candace's story sway is that her attack on Erica Kirk now is that Erica Kirk is a bad person for a lot of different reasons. Hey, what's up, Glenn? But very, very little as far as anything to say she was part of the conspiracy. You know what I mean? It's, she was hiring people for Jeffrey Epstein, and she was in Russia doing this, and she's an awful person, because I think that she's just trying to backfill, because at some point she's going to be like, well, Erica Kirk wasn't involved, but she was a terrible person anyway, so I hope she goes to hell. Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Well, again, we can run through that quick, a little bit. And yeah, what's up, Glenn? How are you, buddy? Looking good, pal. Looking good. The thing is, what gets me is if we did have to start like looking at that part of it. Okay, like, is Erica Kirk involved? Again, I agree with you 100%. No, I don't think she's involved. I just don't. And let me give a little. I made a claim. Let me give you a little bit of a reasoning why. Because some of the claims against her to make you think that she is involved is a lot of people didn't like the display when he passed away, like the big funeral, all the worship stuff. I understand why most of you don't get it, because you're not Charlie Kirk. You're not this insanely huge influencer that people loved so much, and you're a public figure. You do have a message and a movement that is positive, so that it makes a lot of sense for how that funeral was in my eyes. I'm not saying that you can't disagree with it. You can. But to make it seem like that display is an anomaly or isn't consistent, that's a problem with me, because to me it's very consistent. You might not like it. I'm okay with that, but that doesn't show any deviance in my opinion. So that's one. Let's say how she mourned personally. Okay. Again, and this is even in it's biblical. Like, you don't judge how someone mourns. Everybody mourns different. It's just a fact. Again, you might not like how she did it, but her actions, I didn't see any deviance or any malicious or shady behavior with it. Was it different than maybe Candace says it would be? Well, Candace, guess what? If 2 years ago we talked about, listen to this, Rex. How about this? If 2 years ago, Candace, we said to you, unfortunately, Charlie Kirk is going to be assassinated. Okay. And this is the way it's going to go down. And you're going to react the way you're going to mourn and react is attack Erica and TPUSA.
Right.
Would people like how Candace is reacting? We would all be like, what the fuck? Like,
right.
You know my point? Like people are going to, we would never think you would mourn this way, Candace. So my point is, I'm just trying to give Erica a little bit of grace. You can't pick apart her reactions.
Well, and again, even knowing Charlie, I can't say knowing Charlie. That's not right.
No,
but
knowing Charlie the way you did, I understand. Go ahead.
Right.
Thanksgiving. Yep, 2008.
Yeah, we were there. But I would almost say that like if he could weigh in, he would tell her, look, TPUSA is going to make big changes, make hay while the sun shines on this. You know what I mean? Bring in money, continue my legacy and do the things that I would do tenfold. You know what I mean? And
let me ask you this, Rex. What do you think that what would have been the correct narrative for Erica to do?
You mean correct is something that would have used their haters?
Yeah, correct. What would be the contrary, I guess, of what she's doing that makes everybody so upset?
Oh, I think that she would have to be emotionally stunted. She would have to be miserable, probably go on an alcohol binge. Just actually
pills, a lot of pills. Pills
yeah,
are big.
She would have to just be in complete despair all of the time. And I understand that people who don't follow Christ as much as she does, the whole forgiving Tyler Robinson right off the bat, finding
very consistent.
Yeah, and again, even me is I don't know if I could do that.
That's what I said. That's fair. That's exactly what I meant. Like you can disagree with it, but you damn know it's consistent with her ideology.
Yeah, and Glenn thinks that she's not a moral person. I don't know if we have enough evidence one way or the other on that. But the only thing that really is sort of consistent or is important right now is whether or not she had something to do with his untimely death.
Well, let me unpack that a little bit, Glenn. I'm okay with it. Guess what? But like, not only like have we seen evidence, like what would you consider moral? Meaning in her what's her, how should she act in her moral lens, or where did you start questioning her morality is maybe the better way to phrase it.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah, well, I know a lot of people point to, and Candace does often, that how much she was smiling and how openly, you could say, even happy she was at the funeral. My interpretation of that is she's standing in front of 30,000 people pouring out love for her husband, and she's feeling that love. You know what I mean? Like it would be hard not to feel overwhelming. Again, you could say happy.
And how in the world do you people know how she was 10 minutes prior, an hour prior, 24 hours prior? That's good. Oh my God, made me laugh. Apparently it did. But yeah, like you don't know that. I would have kept prioring. I would have been like, but prior to this, prior to that, prior to, I mean, yeah. Nigga ain't shit.
but again, I the only reason, again, or not the only reason.
Hard-hearted. Shut up.
You what?
I said you're hard-hearted. Shut up.
But again, you can sell me probably on a conspiracy with the government if you wanted to. The CIA, I could see why a lot of deep state people wouldn't want him to be the up and comer, because he was a threat to the establishment. You could probably sell me on something like that if you had some evidence, for sure. But again, you could even do it with Mossad, but again, Mossad wouldn't be that sloppy. But again, the attack on Erica now is just because, people are thriving on vengeance, and that's the easiest target to take. And you had said that, it would make a good Tom Clancy novel, the whole thing, but it'll also be a good Lifetime movie if it was just about her being the person too. So, unfortunately, we're probably not 10 years away from people actually making it a movie one way or the other.
Yeah, and again, let's say it happened at one point, right? Let's say that we find out down the line 10 years from now, yep, she was involved, and this whole thing is laid out, and it's right there, and it is what it is. Yeah. I go, oh fuck, wow. But as of right now, I don't see, as I just laid out, I don't see any inconsistencies with what she's doing or how she's doing it. And when some are pointed out, I can see the holes in their narrative, because you know what I'm saying? You don't know enough. You think you do, but you don't.
Right.
You want to start reading some Glenn stuff, because I can't read it right now.
Yeah, you said I'm not hating on her, and I don't follow her, but that's my opinion on it, and it's like an a-hole. Everyone's got one.
Yeah, but what's his opinion on it, though? I missed
that. Yeah, go ahead and bring it up. I didn't go anywhere. I was just thinking, if she was that upset, I think she would have shown a little bit more grief, but it's just my opinion. Again, if you had a camera on her 24/7, you have no
I would, and my answer, Glenn, would be, realistically, be honest. How much time did you spend with Erica after the shooting? I'm just curious, and I'm not being a dick. And like I said, I'm not. I know you're not being a dick, and I'm not either. But these are the things that kind of get me. How much time did you spend with her? The answer would be probably not much.
Actually, it would be zero. The answer is probably not much.
Okay, I see. I like to. I get, look, maybe third cousins. I don't know. So I'm just trying to say, Glenn, you have not been a major player in this case so far. So, okay. But with that being said, I think you're a little, your evidence is a little bit flimsy for your claim, and that's all I'm saying. And I'm not trying, but it's actually, now you're making me giggle. I did have maybe a little extra seltzer here, but like, it is funny how that's your like, you're like, well, listen, I know it's only my opinion, but to me, she's just not, she's not acting the way she should be acting. That's just my opinion.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Mitch Snow is like 99% sure that he saw Glenn Lowry at Fort Huachuca, because he saw everybody there. So,
and before we read this other one, and another thing, and not to you, Glenn, just in general, is that you do realize that let's say every interview, at every moment, she was an absolute mess, barely talking through the interview, can barely get words out. They would go, look at that actress, that bitch. Look at the way she's acting. No one's like that. She's a Christian. She should, you know what I mean? She should be doing this, that. It would, because that wouldn't be as sexy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's gonna have a fucking sexy angle to it. Always gonna have a conspiracy, something to give it enough, a little bite. How about the bite is this fucking nut job? You know what I'm saying? Assassinated Charlie Kirk in the middle of a speech. How's that? Not enough?
Well, but they also say they think that how she's acting is disingenuous, and it's definitely there's they have zero faith that she is acting the way somebody who's gone through what she has gone through would act that way. But they're also okay with E. Jean Carroll fucking going on to Anderson Cooper saying that, you know, women want to be raped, and that's okay. She's definitely telling the truth about Donald Trump 30 years ago.
Yeah, right. Again, you want to pull up?
You're talking about Becca Weka? Becca Weka. Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. If she was a hysterical mess on TV, everyone would be claiming that she's over dramatic and putting on a show. That's true. Like it is.
No, Becca Weka, me, we're on the same page. Again, that's again. They're not going to have. They need the spice. You know what I mean? You got to spice it up for everybody. But again, that like I said, I'm going to reiterate on this, Rex. You're going to tell me like it's not spicy enough to have, you know, like again, you have the side story about the furry. You know what I mean? Oh, today's kids. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so you have your society angle. You know, you got your Charlie and the politics. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You got it all. You can even throw in your own fake conspiracy theory with the Israel and with the Jews. You have it all. You don't need, you know. Okay.
Becca Weka, are you inhabited related?
Sounds Italian.
I was going to say you're related to Fuzzy Wuzzy or Waka Flocka. Speaking of Fuzzy, Tyler Robinson's furry friend or whatever. Again, at some point they're supposedly going to play Lance Twiggs's confession or whatever, and that's going to cause a big thing because you know they're not. He whatever is not in the courtroom doing that or saying it in person. They're only going to play her digital audio, but like it's going to be the same argument that the defense keeps bringing up. Well, you know, the person should be in the courtroom doing this, and then they have to do this is only the preliminary. It doesn't need to be done that way, and then we can go into court, and then she'll actually have to be here. That kind of like just whatever you call it.
Well, I'll give you the scenario again. Whatever the case is, she's sitting there, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Look at it. Oh, she's perfect. She's sitting there, right? Okay. Oh, she gets up and leaves. Oh my God. How did she just leave through this? Then she stays there. She doesn't leave. How can she just sit through this? Look, no emotion. It'll always be something. Always be something.
And Glenn points it out in chat perfectly. You know, either way, she lost her husband and you know, the father of her kids, and you should feel sorry for him. That's exactly the middle road that everybody should be taking, no matter if you think that she's an absolute bitch or you think that she's a grieving widow. You know, feeling compassion for her and her kids is the right way to be, no matter how you feel.
And this is, and I'm going to use your own words earlier, Glenn, that you said, you know, I just want justice for Charlie. And you know what? Let me ask you this, Glenn. Pushing up against the narrative the way Candace Owens is and all of the rest and Tucker's and Dave Smith and all of the rest of them are, you think is that a start to justice for Charlie? I don't think so. I've said it from day one. The muddying of the waters is what's going to really fuck this case up. And unfortunately, even little things like we laughed about before, about the camera guy getting stuff that they really didn't want, you know, in the you know, to be televised. It's going to be things like that are going to become a problem for this case, if not now, later down the road. And I wouldn't be surprised if somehow, in a technicality, this fucking guy walks.
Yeah,
because of the meddling of Candace and the like. I'm serious.
You know, and this is like a situation where, again, you have to give Nick Fuentes credits where it's due, because like it does seem conveniently like the Dave Smiths and Ian Carroll and Baron Coleman and Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens think it's Israel, and they also all viscerally hate Israel. Like, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of people who are kind of wishy-washy on Israel that think that he's involved. But at least with Nick, he despises Israel probably more than all of them, but he can also see the facts on the ground and be like, yeah, they didn't have anything to do with this. So you have to give credit, at least where credit's due with Nick, is he's not just going into the trap because he hates Israel like the rest of them do.
Well, again, I've said it from day one. You know what I mean? Anything past a paper thin motive, the only thing that gives or even gave the old, as we say, go down, jump on the Jew canoe and just go down that conspiracy route with everything being Israel. The problem, it's like they want to continue to because of the times we were in, you know what I'm saying? Because the Israel-Palestine stuff and just how ripe that anti-Israel stuff was going for them. It was perfect for them to just blend the narrative. You know what I'm saying? Again, motive, paper thin motive, but because of the anti-Semitic wave, again, whether it should be or not, I'm not even debating that. You know what I mean? So don't tell me that. Oh, you love Israel. No, it's not what I'm saying here. I'm just trying to make the point of because of the air, AIR, the air, and the wind, the way it was blowing anti-Israel, it was very easy for these platforms to just continue to jump on. You know?
So, Glenn said, I don't think so either. That's too much propaganda, and it's a bad, I'm going to say, fucking thing because they don't know for sure what the real deal is. I'll try to look at both sides on everything without putting forth judgment on first. Again, the muddying of the waters is what makes everything so difficult because, like, first we need to establish what happened to Charlie. Then, if we want to branch out and do other things about, oh, she was a bitch or oh, she was a saint or whatever, we can do that. But we because your brain can only work in so many directions, just focus on Charlie first, figure that out, and then we can worry about everything else after.
Yeah. Again, that's exactly what we have to put in. But what does Becca Wicca say up there? Haha, it's just an old nickname from high school. It's gibberish, but I like to think of the DJ scratching the record. Becca Wicca. Okay. Becca Wicca. All right. I'm in. All right, fair enough. The truth is, Rex, you're lying. You related to the fuzzy wuzzies. That's fucking make me laugh all day.
Well, you know what's making me laugh? You keep doing this with the mic. Like you keep pulling it in like you're fucking Chuck Berry. Like
is it making noise?
Well, I'm seeing like the microphone, like you have a microphone that doesn't have a gate or something, and you're just like, I need to pull it away, and then I'm gonna pull it. That's something important to say.
You want to know the truth? I don't know if you can see my eyes on camera.
Yeah, you look stoned as the bone.
Yeah, man, the seltzer fucking got me today.
So that's interesting. Like so, the red eye thing is not a function of the smoke; it's a function of the THC.
Oh, for sure.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I always thought it was just an irritation from the smoke.
No. And again, like I said, it's. I mean, I did drink the whatever. This is gonna be this is the end of the second 20 milligram seltzer.
What's the name of the seltzer? Jen and I were looking at this.
Oh, Delta. It's called Delta.
It's Delta Seltzer?
Yeah. What are you, Becca Wecca? This is the dumbest show ever. That's so fun. I'm gonna rhyme everything all day today. You fucking Rexy Texy.
What?
Oh my God.
Is it flavored or is it just?
No, it's flavored.
What is it? Grape?
This one's blood orange. What do you mean? Don't fucking try to ghetto me up with this fucking.
It looks bluish purple. The can, so I would assume it has something to do with the.
Yeah, no, it's a blood orange, 20 milligrams THC. Yeah.
You ever actually had a blood orange?
I have. What do I live in a fucking cave? Yes, of course.
They're gross.
Damn, I mean,
not as
really?
gross as watermelon, but yeah, it's gross.
All right, don't even get. We don't have a big enough crowd to go that route because when I cook you on watermelon, I want to make sure there's a big crowd. No offense, Glenn and Becca Wecca.
But I mean, why do you, what's so appealing about watermelon?
Well, again, number one, I like the water in it.
Okay, how about the melon?
Oh, yeah, no, I like the water in it, but I don't know. I enjoy it. Okay, I do like the texture of it. I like biting into it. There's no like hard stuff, especially if you get no seeds. I mean, if you get the seeds, you're a fucking animal. So
at this point, there's no reason to ever have, and they still have those like the impotent little white seeds in them still, right?
I mean, here and there you get one, but guys, everybody close your ears. But you poop that right out. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean to be crass.
But again, I
throw you off.
No. I'm trying to be very delicate because I don't want to offend the melon community at large. But I would say, like, if we're going to rate watermelons, if I had to, I would put watermelon at the top. But like the cantaloupes and the muskmelons and Crenshaw.
Right, let's go one at a time, quick, and then we'll go back to Charlie Kirk. But what the fuck is wrong with a cantaloupe? There's nothing wrong with a cantaloupe. Again, a nice ripe cantaloupe is fucking phenomenal. You probably fucking you underpick your cantaloupe, okay, and you'll never get anywhere in life if you underpick your cantaloupe. My grandmother always taught me that.
It's slimy. It smells like mildew.
You're describing you.
Okay, but we'll set that aside.
Good night, everybody.
And then we'll talk about again the fact that it's just I don't understand. There's not a lot of flavor. It's messy. Again, it's slimy. It has an off flavor, a smell to it. You throw half of it away. Like what's the at least
okay, first of all, and just so you know you're not alone here. Okay, it's hard to say your name without laughing now because of Fuzzy Wuzzy. But anyway, mind if I just call you Beck? So fucking Beck said, "Oh man, a really nice ripe cantaloupe." Yeah, exactly. Again, what do you think? I'm Big Melon here? I'm not. Well, although my girl has beautiful melons.
Come on.
Good night, everybody. But honestly, like I'm more. I'm okay. Here's how I can describe it. I'm more of a. I like my melon to be a sweet treat. Is that fair?
I guess there's just not there's not a lot of flavor. It's mostly just it's a fucking sweet squash. So again, I've tried it. I like 99% of all fruits, including the gay ones, but I don't like I don't like melons of any kind.
Okay. And this is what I like. Glenn Lowry going to come put it right in your ass here. And I mean a watermelon in your ass. Watermelon is awesome. Plenty of liquid loaded with B12 and potassium. Motherfucker, how do you shun something with fucking B12 and potassium? What are you anti-fucking Robert Kennedy? What's the matter with you?
Well, I really have a hard time defending myself against such a food fucking
very fruit.
You are.
Yeah, we have a very fruit snobby chat today. I love it. Yeah. Where do you stand on plums?
Plums are fine. Nectarines are fine. But I mean, like,
what'd you call me?
Nectarine. Again, we'll go now. You've never eaten, nor would you ever eat any kind of a fish or anything from the sea ever. You don't like pepper. You don't like lamb. You don't like milk. You order off the child menu when you go to a nice restaurant.
I did do that. Now listen, why? Now see again, the Delta kicking, the Delta salsa kicking. What did you just say? Before the.
All right, you don't like any kind of fish.
Yep.
You don't like pepper. It's an over demanding condiment.
Yeah, it is very.
You definitely will never eat mayonnaise.
Hellman's if so, but go on.
Milk you don't like. Lamb you won't eat.
There you go, lamb. Did you hear the again? Do we have not have dummies sometimes that are in Spotify chat? What about the guy that got mad at us and called me or you an asshole and don't say we're Christian because if we eat lamb, we're eating Jesus. Either he's getting mad at us saying that, or he's even dumber, and he thought that we said, if you eat lamb, you're eating Jesus. And if
That's
we
what you
did,
said.
okay, and I did say that joking around, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Like no, really, like was I making a biblical fact? These fucking, like, what the fuck is wrong with people?
I don't know.
Did you think I was real? Saying it
Again, I thought it was a little nitpicky, but
little. You know what? You were him. You were fucking JoJo 17, weren't you son of a bitch? How dare you?
17. I'm just curious on what Nick's hands have to think about it. That's what I want to know. That's the only person I really care about.
It is really gross. Nick Fuentes' thumbs are so gross. What does Glenn says? If you like sweet treat, then you would love a honeydew melon. Oh, I do like Rex. Hold your thought on honeydew. What's the back of I said? Oh man, this is making me hungry. I'm a food lover. I love lamb. I love seafood. I love pepper and herbs, spices, seasoning in general. I love mayo too much, LOL. And I love milk, and I like milk. Okay, well, the truth is, you aren't welcome at my home. You can't have lunch with me. I'm sorry. Rex, Glenn, you're coming to lunch with me. Me and you are sitting down like two men eating a honeydew melon. That's all we eat all day, bro. Melon. Me and you are out and eating melons. Let fucking Becca Wecker and fucking Rexy Fuzzy Wuzzy go have, and Jen, let them go out and have their fucking lamb seafood chowder or some garbage like that. Hate it.
Well, I just don't understand how somebody. I thought we could have found common ground on melon because there are very few things that repulse me. I thought because there are so many things that we could have found some crossover. There could have been a Venn diagram where it crossed over, and we could have seen that as something that we could have found common ground on. I'm just very surprised that you are pro melon.
Again, I'm pro melon. Again, I break it down to sweet treats. I think a healthy sweet treat. Come on, pal. You ever have those cotton grapes? Come on, bro. They're incredible.
Yeah, I'm fine with them. Apples.
You ever have a sugar kiss? You ever have a sugar kiss melon?
No, melons are gross. Again, we're not going to.
You're gross.
Okay, so what sweet treat fruits are off the table for you? What don't you like as far as fruit goes?
I wouldn't eat a fig, but I would eat a fig Newton.
Okay, I don't know if I've ever actually had a proper fig.
Again, I never have either. I didn't say that I didn't like them. If you'd heard me correct, I said I would never have. I wouldn't grab like a fig and like one of those whittling knives and just do one of those and just like slice off a piece of fig and eat it like an old guinea bastard. I wouldn't do that.
So you're saying
you're
not
I mean?
a figure?
I'm not a bunch of figures moved into my neighborhood. The next thing you know, sweet treats. They're eating figs. I don't know what to do.
I've never even known a figure lover.
Yeah, I know. Again, I like fig Newtons. Yet I don't eat the fig. So that's a sweet.
But maybe you would. Have you ever had a fig?
I haven't. But again, it kind of grosses me out, a fig. But yet I would eat a raisin.
I'm anti pomegranate. That was forced down our throats in the early 2000s, and they're gross and disgusting.
It's true.
I'm not a huge fan of bananas.
I don't mind the banana, but okay. And this is okay. We were saying earlier about the goodness of a ripe fruit. How about this? Hate a ripe banana. I don't want anything browned is gross. Gross.
Mm-hmm. Where are you at on grapefruit?
Hate it.
Really? Even a ruby red?
If I get a grapefruit, I'm dousing it where you can't see the top of the grapefruit because I have so much sugar on it.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
They say it's not actually sour. It's just super, super sweet is what I've been told.
Yeah, well, you've been told by fucking someone that doesn't have fucking taste buds.
Well, I don't think you and I can ever be taste buds.
All right, hold on. We got a lot of fig talk. We got a lot of melon talk. I'm down with it, brother. We'll melon out. Thank you, Glenn Lowry. Me and you, melon boys. That's what we like to say. And then what is your partner here, Becca? Oh, you're missing out on the figs. I only tried my first one a couple of months ago. Again, figs are the new thing. I think. If not, we're starting it right now.
I can tell you one thing.
It's nature's candy. Whoa, hold on, Becca Wecca. Go easy, nature's candy. That's a very bold claim, but they're too expensive, so I don't buy them. All right, how about you treat yourself to a fucking fig? Don't worry about the electric bill this month. Go get a few figs. Matter of fact, I want her either get a thing of figs or pay her electric bill. Either one, but I want you guys to help her out.
A couple of figs stole my truck. I don't even know what's the proper way to eat them. There's a lot of those. Whoa, honey, what was that? That fruit that Ramona had us buy, and she's like, "Oh, it would be great," and we tried it. It was awful. Do you remember? Was it a dragon fruit? Yeah, dude. Like, again, you look at it. It looks like it should be good. It was, it was the consistency of like a cantaloupe that tasted like feet. It was the worst. I don't even know how the hell it ever made it out of fucking Amazon. But it was gross. But going back, you were talking about it's the new thing. You know, like every year that there seems to be like something that just kind of like takes over the culinary field. You know what it is this year that I found?
What?
Hot honey.
Just heating it up?
No, it's spicy honey.
I don't spice.
I know you don't, but like that's and now I'm. It was a couple of years ago. Like they had these little jars that they would serve, like like if you got like a charcuterie tray or deli from whatever. But now it's like I've seen that they have like hot honey something.
The Queen of England charcuterie tray and blah, 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 blah. What are you in a fucking Kentucky Derby next year?
Look, not all of us can tip the fucking valet $20. All right.
Yeah, and give the wagers their 14% gratuity, then 40.
Yeah.
It wasn't good.
But anyway, yeah, that's the new thing is hot honey. It's a honey that's mixed with some kind of a cayenne pepper or whatever, and it's literally invading everywhere. And a couple years ago, it was peach. Then there was again early on. I said in 2008, I think it was pomegranate was everywhere.
Yeah.
Acai berries. Remember that was a thing for a while.
Yeah. Now my girl loves a lychee fruit, the lychee fruit.
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, Lychee. They're good, but they're an odd fruit, very odd fruit. You got like crack it open, very odd. But again, a lot of work for a very little bit of meat. You know what I mean? One of those fruits.
Oh, okay.
But again, the large payoff, very good.
But I think that's the same way with like a pomegranate. Like you get this huge thing, and then you're supposed to eat like the little tiny seeds inside. You don't even eat the fruit.
Yeah. Oh, boom. Avocados were a huge food trend for a few years there. Yes, great fucking point. A food trend, just like the fig, I think, is happening right now.
I know you're big. What are you, big fig?
Yeah. And Glenn says I love avocados. Again, not an avocado guy. With that being said, I may dip something into like an avocado. Oh, what do they call that? What's the green?
Guacamole.
Into guacamole. Again, I may dip if I'm very hungry, but I don't buy avocados, and I'm not like, oh my god, we're going to so and so's house. Oh, they make a great guac. Again, does nothing for me.
Oh, hey, what's up, Colonel?
Colonel, where are you fucking been?
And now Glenn says he loves avocado. Okay. Avocado.
What are you, a fucking yoga teacher? Right now, I just picture Glenn in tights. Jesus. No man, put this with Glenn. No man yells, nonetheless types, I love avocados. Never. All right? The tip from me boy Footer.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it doesn't leave a lasting impression enough to be like that passionate about something like that because, yeah, again, you can make a guacamole, but it's not even the avocado that gives it the flavor. It's the spice and the onion and everything else that's in it. It's just a substrate. It's not even, it's carrying flavor for other things. You're not gonna sit there and eat a fucking slices of avocado and have a smile on your face.
No, they do, bro. That. Oh, I have another fucking. You're gonna love this. I have another food trend. You ready?
Yeah. What do you got?
What's that cream cheese? Not cream cheese. No, cottage cheese. Cottage cheese. Cottage cheese was a food trend in like the early 2000s.
What are you, Jenny Craig? What is this, 1993?
Oh, dude, you know that as soon as I said it, I wanted to say 80s, bro. I boosted it up 20 years because I panicked. Yo, as soon as I said it, I was about to like Richard Simmons. What are you fucking Susan Powder?
Well, we all love Deal-A-Meal, but oh god.
Weight Watchers is still kicking. No,
I don't know. But you just reminded me.
Oh, your ass, Becca Wecca. Don't worry about what I did. You ignore that,
dude. I
called me out.
This is you're probably gonna blow. This is probably gonna blow your mind, and not in a good way. You're probably gonna hate everybody. My aunt.
Oh, I'm anticipating this. This is fun. What?
Well, my aunt is not a great. What? Okay, we got 2 minutes before the Tyler Robinson thing comes back on.
Slim Fast days. You're old too. Sorry. Go ahead.
My aunt's not a great cook, but she can make a good lasagna. You ever have those people in your life, like with Deborah Barone, like the only thing she could make was lemon chicken, so like everybody would compliment her on the lemon chicken.
Yeah.
And it probably wasn't great, but it was something that she could do. Well, that was my aunt with lasagna. God rest her soul. She's still alive, but I hope she sleeps well. She makes lasagna, but instead of ricotta, she uses cottage cheese.
Oh, come on.
I'm telling you, it's not that bad. It's actually pretty good.
Next thing you can tell me she breads her chicken cutlets in fucking cornflakes. Go screw.
My aunt?
Fuck your aunt. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Again, I just don't understand why. Where this is why Peter McCormick or whatever has a problem with you. The guy that has a problem with you, chastising lamb and saying that it's the body of Jesus. Or is it Galloway, Peter I don't know, whatever. That guy.
You.
Because you're supposed to be a Christian and you can't even hold yourself to the standards.
Again, I fall short, but let's just hope for the best. I mean, where do I go with this? You're right. I fail him every day.
Yeah, well, again, just try. We're just
but I do. If God, you know my heart.
Do I?
Think you did. I thought you did. Should.
Well, I hope the best for you, I guess.
Thanks.
But
you basically gave me as far as my salvation goes, you went, good luck, bro.
Yeah, well,
basically what you did.
I just checked Kalshi and they don't have a whole lot of money on your salvation. Unfortunately, I'm sorry.
Didn't see this coming. Glenn Lowry, I do love avocados, but I like Rex. LOL, except I shave my head.
He looks like me.
It looks like you, but okay. But one thing I don't like the fact that you're about fucking 8 minutes behind stream. That I don't like.
Yeah, maybe refresh. Maybe that'll get you a bit closer into the loop.
Yeah. Well, we all like Rex, but
I'm all right. As long as Jen likes me, that's all I care.
And even she wasn't one that was including, and we all like, but that's fine.
I got to be honest. If anybody's going to be smiling after a funeral, it'll be my wife and mine.
Yeah. Well, everybody knows that insurance policy. Money, money, money.
I can't even get her to crack a smile.
Why?
I don't know. She's in a.
Meanwhile, one of our boyfriends in chat.
Who, JL or Colin?
Who knows?
Colonel.
She no offense, but she gets a little fucking. She's a little friendly with everybody. You know what I mean?
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I like the producer Jen can do that, but that wild girl in there.
What's that?
Go fuck yourself, Frankie.
All right.
She's panicking about Charlie Kirk.
I don't know. We'll check and see. It should be coming up here shortly.
And Becca Wecker, don't coddle Jen. She's fine. She's fine. Rex, back to you.
It looks like it's coming up. Yeah, it should be coming up here shortly for sure.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm not sure exactly what's coming up for the rest of the day. I think that they've got like another 3 or 4 hours, and I think that yesterday, today, and part of tomorrow is going to be the presentation of most of the defense or the prosecution. Then I think the rest of the week winds out with whatever defense is going to bring up as far as their evidence.
Yeah, the way I heard it was definitely Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then probably drag on to Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, I know it's going to be supposedly the 5 days. But again, I'm trying to get a feel for what the defense is going to use, and it sounds like they're trying to. From what I heard in the day, one was the fact that it's an open carry state, the fact that you're allowed to carry on campus, and then there was a bullet found on another building, but apparently that was accounted for by somebody in police office. They also found a pistol holster down on the field. So it sounds like that's going to be sort of their defense, is that it could have been anyone because of, everybody had a gun and you're allowed to carry them. And that seems like where it's going to go. And that's also another, go ahead.
No, and keep what you're going to say, because mine's just a little one. And I did notice when one of the detectives that were being on the stand, he said something like when they were talking about referencing the video, what he saw in Tyler's hand, and he said they're talking about like this black spot or whatever, and he's like, he had the gun in his hand, and like the hoarse voice lady was like, a gun? Wait, there was a gun? No, rifle. He said rifle.
Yeah.
And she like panicked. Rifle? Did you say rifle? She's like, well, he goes, that's what I was assuming, because, and then he brought up whatever the evidence that, anyway. But
yeah, I think he also said because of my training that,
right. So he like slipped that in, you know what I mean? Where she wasn't happy.
Yeah. So anyway, what I was going to say is that the fact that they're using that as their defense also cuts against the Candaces and Baron Coleman and things, whatever, because again, if there was some kind of a conspiracy and there was evidence of that, you would think that that's what they would use for their defense, because that's the going narrative all over the internet, is that there was some kind of a conspiracy. It was somebody else, but that's not the defense that they're taking. So apparently they have no evidence of it.
That's well, I would hope not for his case, for his sake, but you could be right. I'm thinking that they're just really pushing right now. Their main thing would be to get this thing thrown out without enough probable cause. So that's why they just keep bringing up the like, well, it could be, well, it just could be, well, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're trying to dumb down anything the prosecution's trying to put out there. They're trying to make it, well, that, that's well, they only need circumstantial evidence for probable cause, I believe, right? Or no?
Well, I think you're talking about the prosecution.
Yeah.
I think some circumstantial evidence can be used as long as it's presented by or no, maybe that's hearsay is what they said. They can use some hearsay as long as the person presenting it has credibility or something like that, especially in the preliminary stuff. And circumstantial evidence can be brought up. It just can't be presented as the same way as actual physical evidence.
Right. Okay, I got it. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Do we know when the actual trial starts? Or are they? I mean, if that's going to be the case.
I do not know. I think it all depends on. I don't think they can set that without knowing if it's even enough probable cause to go forward.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be set, but I'm just curious if it's going to be another 6 months, or is it something that's going to move along relatively quickly?
I would say because of the high profile nature of the case that it'll be done right away.
Oh, you think it'll be done quick because of the?
Yeah.
A lot of times, like the O.J. Simpson trial, that was like fucking 4 months.
Yeah, I just think that I don't know. I maybe I'm wrong. You
know. Yeah. Bring up John there. Let me see what he says.
Oh, John's in. What's up, John? How are you, buddy?
No conspiracy. People like Candace are using that to get views. It's disgusting. Tyler Robinson is a lone nut assassin. Anyone can argue anything is a conspiracy with lies and misinformation. That's true, and it is, and it's hard to refute. And again, I it just seems odd to me that Candace would take this week off, for a vacation.
Court is now in session, noting the presence of all counsel and all parties.
Imagine Rex, Footer,
All right.
they're here.
Mr. McBride, turning to the state.
A fetching man, the judge is.
Yes, Your Honor. Just by way of preview, we are going to call
Great hair.
Jen Falmuina,
Yeah.
Sergeant with the SBI, but how we're going to proceed is we're going to call her for a very limited purpose. We're going to pause her testimony. Defense is not going to cross at that time, and we're going to call an FBI DNA analyst out of order. It's a defense witness, but that's to accommodate that witness's schedule. State calls Sergeant Jen Falmuina.
Is that John Smoltz?
Like to come forward and be sworn
Yeah, that look like some soccer player.
Yeah.
It sucks that U.S. lost to Belgium. A little side note.
You guys?
No,
All
U.S. USA.
After you're situated, there should be a bottle of water to your left, maybe behind the monitor.
I want you to take that and
And
splash
if you
on the
wouldn't
first
mind
black
just
guy you see.
bringing that microphone just a little bit closer to you so it picks up your voice for the recording. Mr. McBride, your witness.
Will you please state your name?
Yes, Jennifer Famuina.
Where do you work?
I work for the Utah Department of Public Safety.
What position do you hold there?
I'm
Well, that was fun.
25.
I was assigned to oversee the crime scenes as well as the physical evidence.
And were you sergeant with
Take care of you
State
with a
Bureau of
janitor.
Investigation
Oh,
at that time as well?
Yes.
Just like a
And,
famous
do you
sumo
have any kind
wrestler,
of
brother.
specialty in your assignment there?
Yes, I do. I am
Think
currently
your
overseeing
uncle
our
crying
IM
in
team,
front of garbage
the
in the
lead
80s.
over our evidence response team within our division. That includes not only conducting training, but also attending training. And whatnot.
So if we hear ERT, it means Evidence Response Team.
Yes.
Were you called
You know,
to
the Samoan
the
dances?
crime scene at Utah Valley University on September 10th of 2025?
Yes, I was.
Jason Mimosa's
And were there
aunt.
multiple scenes that you oversaw or helped to process?
Mimosa. Mimosa.
We've had some testimony about
Whatever.
the rooftop of the Low C Center. Did you oversee or are you aware of evidence that was collected in that area?
Yes, I am.
Was there a screwdriver that was collected from that rooftop?
Yes.
And do you know how that was collected and what happened to that screwdriver?
Yes, that was collected by the Utah Bureau of Forensic Services Crime Scene Response Team, or also known as our State Crime Lab.
And do you know what happened to that?
Yes, it was packaged, and then that evening there was discussion on who would take custody of the evidence, and I was there along with FBI. Then it was decided that FBI would take custody.
Yes. What is
And
Dean
did that
Honda have?
evidence actually go to the FBI?
Yes, it did.
And was it sent for testing?
Yes, it was.
Where was it sent? Do you know?
It was sent back to their, I guess,
Excuse
their
me, ma'am.
equivalent
You have
of our
some,
crime
you
lab.
have some poi on your
Are there other areas there at Utah Valley University that were also processed for the presence of evidence?
Yes, there was.
Is there a wooded area
Is it
that's
true you were
northeast of
catching
campus?
waves
Yes.
in 1993?
What was found in that wooded area?
What was found there was a long gun that
Is it
was
true
wrapped in a
someone
dark
in your
colored
family
towel.
plays the ukulele?
And you say a long gun. What does that mean? A long gun?
Sorry, that would
Ever
be
How do you know about Don Ho?
So to be more specific, it was a Mauser 98. rifle.
Do you know what caliber that was?
It was retrofitted to a 30-06 barrel.
And do you know what kind of action that had? Was that a semi-automatic, automatic, bolt
It was
action?
a bolt action.
What is a bolt action rifle?
I'm not too familiar with guns, but I just know there's a bolt and you have to pull it back.
Okay. And
Great, she's the expert.
Yeah.
what was done with that weapon and that
I don't know
towel?
too much about this.
That
but
was documented in place, and then eventually pictures were taken. It was documented in place, and then afterwards we rendered that gun safe, and then packaged the gun as well as the towel.
What was done with the towel after it was packaged?
The towel was also provided to the FBI.
And those two items, well, let me tie up that thread. The gun, what was done with the gun?
The gun was packaged. It was taken to FBI custody. Then eventually it was provided to the ATF lab.
Okay. So the gun went to the ATF lab. Is that correct?
Yes.
The towel went to the FBI lab,
Yes.
and the screwdriver went to the FBI lab.
Yes.
Did you receive reports back from testing that had been done on those items?
Yes, I did.
I'd like to show you State's Exhibit 31.
I'm sorry, we don't have the towel anymore because she threw it into the volcano to appease the gods.
Hello, ma'am, or I mean, excuse me, aloha. She walks in, they put a lay on her. What are you doing? Culturally appropriate shit, babe? What's the matter with you? You know, the defense all put on lays. Hello. Oh my god.
Thank you.
Excuse me, it's getting smoky. Let me blow out this tiki torch.
Okay, I'm showing you here on the screen State's Exhibit 31. Do you recognize that?
Yes, I do.
What is that?
This is the FBI report that was provided to me by the FBI that documents DNA testing.
And does that include testing that was done on the screwdriver that we've spoken about and the towel that we have spoken about?
Yes, it does.
Okay, what I'd like you to do, Kimberly, if you'd please just scroll down so that Sergeant Falmuina can observe this exhibit.
It was a bolt action rifle. You call it a bang stick.
Okay, just a moment.
A kaboom boom stick.
Is it true when the shot were fired, many of your people of your tribe ran into the sea?
And can you see who that report is signed by?
Yes.
Who's that?
Amanda Baker, I'm assuming is how you pronounce your last name.
Is that, in fact, the report that you received documenting the testing results on these items and some other items from the
Yes.
FBI?
Sorry. Yes.
And does it appear to be in an accurate condition as to how you received it?
Yes.
I'd move the admission of State's Exhibit 31.
Defense?
No additional objection.
All right, so I'll note the standing objection and as it relates to admission, what is your request as to publication?
I'd move this admission and its publication both to the court and to the public.
All right. Anything further, Mr. Bird? All right.
Let's guess. Objection
Court
over
will
10
admit,
cc.
State's Exhibit 31 into evidence and allow publication of this exhibit to the gallery and to the monitor on screen in the courtroom and for
God, I hope you people know how funny
camera
that take
to
is, by the way.
broadcast.
It's a shame.
Okay, if
They
you'll
won't,
go
Rex.
to,
It's a shame.
Kimberly, if you'll scroll down to, still on page 1, where the screen will show items 7 and 8. Sergeant Falmuina, do you see the lines that say item 7, that line?
Yes.
And will you read that portion of the report that describes what item 7 is?
Item
No,
7,
in English, please.
towel from around Mauser rifle, serial number 8863.
And there's also some other identification
Hold the
numbers.
mic in, Bobby.
Is that
Karen,
the towel
we can't
that you
hear you.
found with the rifle that day
Yes, it
on
is.
September 10th?
Yes.
Sorry, ma'am, you need to wear
Item
shoes.
8,
The
will you read
car-
what that says is a description of item 8?
Item 8, screwdriver from perch.
And is that the screwdriver that you described that was collected from the rooftop?
Yes.
Did you open
Okay.
a can of Spam with it?
If we can go to page 3 of 6, please.
She gets up, she wearing a brass skirt.
Will you, item 7, sub 1, will you please read the result there from the title, item 7, until the word contributors?
Yeah, it's cumulative. We have the analysts here who can describe what the
Screwdriver is about 6 inches long, or half a coconut.
I had a coconut when I
Would
was
you
sitting
mind
on. I
repeating
just
that
know when I
vote
was
at the
on leash.
microphone? I want to make sure that the record.
I was waiting
accepts
for the
your
right
objection.
moment. What do you think? I haven't scanned the entire every
Either
island
way,
of
if you
Hawaii
want to
in
come
my
up,
head.
that's fine, Mr.
Believe me,
Judge,
that and the
your
island of
objection is
Samoa,
that,
I've done it all.
Her reading to the court what's in the report is cumulative.
This poor girl
Since
might
we
get
have the
associated with being an
analysts here who
Eskimo
will
at
be
any moment.
testifying to what the report says and what it means. So if we've got the report in evidence, we don't need this witness's reading the report to the court. So it's a 403 cumulative objection.
Mr. McBride.
Yeah, I don't like
wish
the
to
attitude
respond.
of sometimes.
My
of
point
the,
is only to draw your
the
attention, Your
objections.
Honor, to
This is like
the
so matter of
relevant
fact. The judge is like, all right,
results
slow
that
down.
will be
I'll make a
discussed
decision.
by the other expert, as well as the results of the items we've discussed, the towel and the screwdriver. That's all.
All right, the court will overrule the objection and allow a brief overview of it, not going line by line, page by page. So if it is brief, I'll allow that.
Thank you. So if you'll read item 7.1 to the word contributors at the top of that page, if you will.
Yes. Male DNA was obtained from item 7 sub 1. Item 7 sub 1 was interpreted as originating from two individuals, one of whom is Twigs. The DNA results from item 7 sub 1 and what are 1.7 octillion times more likely if Twigs and T. Robinson are contributors than if Twigs and an unknown, unrelated person are contributors.
Thank you. Let's skip down to item 8.1. Do you see that bolded and underlined line there?
Yes.
And this is relating to swabs of the handle area of the screwdriver. Is that right?
Yes.
Will you read those same two paragraphs there? Male DNA ending with contributors.
Male DNA was obtained from item 8 sub 1. Item 8 sub 1 was interpreted as originating from two individuals, one of whom is Twigs. The DNA results from item 8 sub 1 are 30 quintillion times more likely if Twigs and T. Robinson are contributors than if Twigs and an unknown, unrelated person are contributors.
Okay, thank you. A couple of foundational questions before we finish for now. First off, do you know who Twigs is?
Yes.
Who is Twigs?
Twigs is Lance Twigs. He was a roommate of Mr. Tyler Robinson.
And do you know if Lance Twigs's DNA was obtained for comparison in this test?
Yes, it was.
And how was that DNA obtained?
It was obtained by law enforcement officers.
And was that by a buccal swab?
Yes.
What is a buccal swab?
A buccal swab is basically like a Q-tip or a swab that we'll just place in someone's mouth and just scrub the inside of their mouth to obtain the cells.
And then that Q-tip is then
mouth.
packaged and sent to the lab for testing and comparison?
Yes.
And was the defendant, Tyler Robinson's DNA, also collected in the same manner?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Thank you.
Doesn't
Nothing
seem
else.
nervous. You know what I mean?
Right, Mr. Bird, cross-examination.
I'd like to reserve the right to cross-examine after the witness completes her testimony.
No, they did not take the death penalty off the table, John
Would you
Stevenson.
mind grabbing the microphone? I just want to make sure what you say is on the record.
With the court's permission, I'd like to reserve the right to cross-examine on the area she testified about until she's completed her testimony.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Any input, Mr. McBride?
You know, it's funny if you look at
that's what we expected to happen.
Tyler
We discussed this
Robinson, like-
beforehand. We stipulate.
he just
All right,
looks like
that's fine.
he's always
And so
been a
should
little
I
off.
have,
You know what I mean? Like
The sergeant
just has
step
like
down, or
a
Yes.
look to him,
Okay.
like his
Sergeant, if
parents
you'd like to
were
step down, you're still under
he's
oath, and
happy
so
that
please don't
every
discuss
single
your
year they
testimony
got
with
him past
anyone.
that.
And is she
thank
being
God
asked to
Graduated for
exit
a
the
year.
courtroom, or what's the request of the party?
Yes,
He just
to
doesn't
exit the
look like
courtroom
he
at this
has
time.
some kind of
All right, agent, if you wouldn't mind exiting the courtroom, and then we'll come
that
get
he
you
could
when
be a
we're done.
problem. And I'm not even saying
Thank you.
like
Yeah, I know what you mean.
like
No,
a
no,
homicide kid. He just
All
has
right,
a
Mr.
look
Burt,
for
turning
that.
to you.
Your Honor, out of order, the defense would be
Yeah.
calling Amanda Baker.
All right, Ms. Baker.
Why can't you have a woman to Baker? Good night, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Ms. Baker, if you wouldn't mind coming forward, right up here by the bailiff and being sworn in.
I'm going to ask you to step to the right and jack him off.
You do solemnly swear that the testimony you shall give in the case now pending
What?
before the court
Whoa.
will be the truth, the whole truth,
Contempt
and
of
nothing but the
court.
truth, so help you God.
All right, Ms. Baker, if you wouldn't mind being seated at the witness stand. Once you're situated, there should be a water bottle for you if you'd like behind the monitor.
Is everybody
And
drinking out
after
of
you're
the same
seated,
water
if you
bottle?
wouldn't mind just pulling that
Yeah,
microphone
exactly.
close to you so
Gross.
it picks up your voice, okay?
Okay.
Mr. Burt, your witness.
Your Honor, we're going to need the monitor switched over to our side.
Good
if-
gravy.
okay.
That's a lot of faith.
While we're doing that, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Tell us your name, please.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Amanda Baker. My last name is spelled Bakker.
Ms. Baker, what do you do for a living?
I am a forensic
Marbles
examiner
on
in the
her forehead.
DNA casework unit of the FBI laboratory located in Quantico, Virginia.
And how long
I
have
make
you
a
been
hell of a marble
DNA
ride.
analyst at that location?
A little more than 10 years.
And just in general, what are your duties?
My duties are to manage a case. When a case comes into DNA casework unit, I will review any information associated with that case. I will review any evidence that is
Can't we
submitted for
just see
that
the
case.
comments though on Spotify?
Determine
They're
which
so much
items of
smarter
evidence
than
need
you
to be
two
tested
anyways. How
and which
dare
tests
you even
need to be
say we get
performed.
it.
I will then
We're not allowed
create
to have
something
judges,
called
I
an
get it.
exam plan. You can think of this like a to-do list to let the biologist know which items I need tested. Once that testing is complete, I will review all the data, draw conclusions in the form of
She
a
does look
report,
like she's the one
and
that
then
brings the
testify at meeting.
casserole to every like function.
Ms. Baker,
Every-
in this
oh,
case,
boy,
were
Amanda's
you
bringing the
requested
casserole
by the
again.
state of Utah to do certain testing?
Can't wait to have the
Yes, I
churro
was.
noodle and picking out the cat
And
hair.
when were you called
Yeah.
upon to do that testing?
That was September of 2025.
Oh, so you have a bird.
And you recall
That's cool.
when the case first came into your
did.
lab?
I believe we received evidence the first time was
Churro.
September 11th of 2025.
And just in general,
John Stevenson, these are the weirdos we have at Quantico. Apparently.
Yeah, it really does. I'm shocked.
It's not us frozen.
And apparently the universe is as well. We've glitched.
Yeah, it's all right.
But you know what?
it's called a
That
priority
is a good point, though, John.
level.
I was
Yes,
thinking
it
the same
did.
thing.
And what that means
Like
is
again,
we worked
they are smarter than me.
24 hours
You know what I
a
mean?
day,
They
7 days
probably
a
know a
week
hell of a lot more than
until
I do.
examinations were
So
complete.
obviously, I'm
And
making
is
fun
it
of
true
them,
that
but
you were still,
um,
you were conducting
you
the
know,
analysis
it is
as
shocking
the
to me of
evidence
like
was
what your
being
brain kind of
inventoried?
like thinks about when
That
you
is
think about
true,
like, well, the forensic
because of the high
expert
profile
said.
nature of
You're
this
like,
case. An
"You
item of
mean Amanda?"
evidence would be submitted to the lab. It would be inventoried by our evidence management group and then sent to the various units for testing.
Don't judge
For
a book by
example,
its
the
cover, am I
case
right,
unit.
everybody? Good night,
We would
everybody.
begin testing as additional evidence was being delivered to the FBI lab.
I really do
Now,
stink.
as a result of your analysis, do you
I just don't want
produce
somebody doing the
case
DNA evidence
files
while eating
Yes, I
fucking
do.
ants
and
on a log.
document your examination in
Yeah,
other
yeah,
ways?
Yes,
Do you have your case file with you?
yes, I do.
Okay. And in your case file, are there notes of conversations that
just
you
picture
have
someone-
with people? that
No,
are
that's my
relevant to
Amanda.
your
Now, she was
testimony?
always an
that's
organizer.
called our
She always
communication
kept
log.
her stuff very organized.
Do you have
It
your
reminds me
case
of one
file
of
there
those
in
people
front of
who
you?
like
Yes, I do.
like make
I
light
think
of the
the
fact that
pages
it's
are
all
numbered.
the time. He's just like,
Yeah.
he's a partner. He just,
I'll ask
he's
you to go
lovable,
to
but he just farts everywhere. He's up on the
page
couch.
22
He's an old dog, but
of
he's
your
lovable.
case file notes.
Yeah. Cute to you, absolutely horrifying to anybody else. Don't want to touch him because he's doing. No, that's just a weird skin
And
disease he
if I
has.
could direct your attention to the bottom of that
You're like,
page.
yeah,
there
no, I
is a
know, but it's
communication
oozing,
log
and
entry
he's
dated
rubbing up against my leg.
September 13th. Do you see what I'm referring to?
Yes, I do.
And would you read to the court what your
Because
entry
you've
is for
been there.
that date?
I'm sorry, can someone
Yes.
lotion up this dog?
This is my communication
All right?
date.
He's 29 years old.
Communication
He's
entry on
clearly
September
unhappy.
13, 2025.
I mean, who's going to make the call here? Does it have to be me?
Special Agent
Okay?
Folger
I'm a
and
new
Utah
neighbor.
SBI
I really should be making this call
SA
here, but
Dave
quite frankly,
Hull
I'm uncomfortable.
gave technically reviewed results that Robinson was included as a possible contributor to the DNA from the towel and the screwdriver. We discussed the additional examinations conducted by DCU, and they both agreed that no additional immediate comparisons are needed at this time. All remaining
The
comparisons
oozing
will be in the
wounded
laboratory
dog.
report.
It's horrible.
Is that an accurate reflection of what you told the agents at that time?
Yes, it is.
And you told them that, quote, Robinson was included as a possible
I know you call
contributor to
him
the
doing a
DNA
wheelbarrow.
from the towel
You just can't
and the
feel
screwdriver,
that guy.
correct?
Yes.
Was the language that you used in conformity with requirements that you have for reporting out test results?
Yes.
All right. I'd now like to direct your attention, if I could, to State's Exhibit 31, which is in evidence, and I think it's our tab 2. And that's in evidence, so if you could display that on the screen.
What the fuck are these people even talking about?
Mr. Bird, are you requesting it to be displayed to just your screens or to all screens?
No, since
lost
it's an
me right
evidence,
after
I'd
the
like
little
it
Simone
displayed
lady.
to the public.
Okay, let's go ahead and put it on the main monitor as well.
Okay, could you go to page 6, please? And highlight the third paragraph. This is your report dated September 15th, 2025, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
So this is 2 days after you had the conversation with the agents as to what your results were.
That is correct, yes.
And in your report that you wrote 2 days later, you included this language that's highlighted there, correct?
That is correct.
This report conforms to the Department of Justice uniform language for testimony and reports for forensic DNA examinations. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I'd like you, if you could, to take a look at that standard that you referenced. And then I believe is that, and this will be just to the witness, not to the public.
Okay.
Calling up tab 7. Do you see that? See that on your screen?
Yes, I do.
Do you recognize this document?
Yes, I do.
And tell the court what this is.
This document is the approved standards for scientific testimony and reports for autosomal DNA testing.
And is this the document that you were referencing in your report?
One of them, yes.
And is it a true and accurate statement of what the policy of the FBI is in regard to reporting DNA in a case of this type?
Yes.
I move that document into evidence, Your Honor.
So is it just this page or all the pages? Because it says one of 6.
Yes, so this would be the entire document.
We'll wrap
Mr.
it up
McBride?
after this witness.
I don't see the relevance of this document. I object on relevance grounds.
Mr. Burt?
Your Honor, the document is referenced in your report, and it defines the parameters of what her opinion means. So I think it's very important for the court to understand the limitations of the opinion.
Or now.
State's Exhibit 31.
That's correct.
All right, Mr. McBride, any further thoughts?
No, I'll submit it.
All right, so State's Exhibit, well, I'm sorry, how am I labeling this exhibit for the defense?
Your Honor, we have our exhibits organized by witness, And we
Okay.
would be submitting to the court electronic copies of these under named witnesses. So this would be Baker 7.
All right. Defense Exhibit Baker 7 is admitted into evidence. And as it relates to publication, what is your request, Mr. Burt?
Your Honor, I would ask that this be published since the report is published, and this is important to understanding the limitations of the report.
And so published in the courtroom and on the monitor for the media?
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
Any thoughts, Mr. McBride?
No objection.
All right, it will be admitted and published both in the courtroom and on the monitor for the video camera.
All right, we can cut that down. So yeah, that's the last witness was a little bit of a dud, but anyway, it's still pretty amazing that you know, how do you explain a screwdriver on the roof, both having the DNA of Lance Twiggs and Tyler Robinson, and with the probability of it being like 1 to 30 quintillion, that it's anybody else.
Right. And why have the Twig guy involved in any way? If this was a setup, why even have him involved in any way? Meaning you don't need that. He could just be this lone, you didn't have to add the fake DNA onto the screwdriver. You know my point?
Right, exactly. Yeah, why complicate the process if it was going to be a planted piece of evidence?
Right. Again, it would be another way to connect the rest of the story, but you wouldn't unless that was true. You wouldn't create that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So. Yeah, it's not an extra step that you need to take to further complicate this ridiculous conspiracy.
Yeah, but again, I think Colonel, I don't know what his point was, but Colonel said Mauser 98 isn't cambered in 30-06. Oh, chambered in 30-06, 8mm. What do you say to that, Rose? What say you? I always want to use that. What say you?
Yes. I don't know.
Yeah, yes.
If he has that knowledge, that's fine. I have no idea.
But what does it mean?
It just means that whatever Mauser, the gun that itself that they're talking about, the Mauser 98 is not the bullets that come out of the rifle wasn't made to shoot a 30-06. The Mauser 98 is a 8mm rifle.
Okay, may I interject with this? Sure. I love you, Colonel, with all due respect, though. Wouldn't you think if you picked up on it, don't you think they would have picked up on it? And they probably wouldn't present that, or they're hoping that that the Colonel's knowledge of it is an anomaly. You know what I mean? And again, possibly, I don't know you, Colonel, but obviously you're a colonel, so you're in the military, you know your ballistics.
Well, my only thing is that maybe they misspoke, or yeah, it says a standard Mauser 98 was originally designed to chamber a 8mm. Due to its immense strength and adaptability, pattern is now widely chambered for various calibers, ranging from the standard rounds like a 30-06 Springfield to a 7x57mm Mauser. So it can be chambered in the 30-06. So, Colonel, you're gonna have to go fuck yourself, I guess.
I was gonna say something cute like eat crow, something of that nature.
Sure.
But
yeah.
No, you went a little bit crazy and told him to go fuck himself.
Well, it's all talk.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all in all, I think it was show went well. I think we did well. Again, listen, the whole trial is going to unfold, and we'll try to keep you abreast of the situation. Just wanted to give you a little bit of a taste of the pre-trial.
For sure.
It's good. We're going to stay with it. I don't know if we'll go live with it again, but we'll definitely have maybe on the scene updates. Maybe we'll find somebody.
Sure.
Find somebody on the ends. But anyway, well, thanks everybody. You had everybody in chat today. Colonel, We got John Stevenson, Becca Wecca, Glenn Lowry. Again, just Jen, everybody. Great job. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you hit the like button if you haven't before. If you're listening now new, hit that like button. Come aboard. Help us out. All right. God bless you all. See you soon.
You're listening on iTunes, iHeart, Spotify, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, or wherever else you hear us. Come on over to Rumble, like and subscribe wherever you're at. Good night, everybody.
Yo, Rex.
Yeah.
Look, write down for the next show. I have a funny story I forgot to tell. That my buddy was just telling me. So at a major music festival, one of the major artists there left a camera behind that had a little something on there and it's not illegal. So, little story.
You got it.
Fig life. Later, my figures.
I want to try fig.
I'm assuming, think raisin. That's how I look at it.
Okay. Well, because I have a Fig Newton taste?
Yeah, again, I love Fig Newton. Anyway, get out of here.